We'll get started in just 2 minutes. Brothers, if you are behind the line of chairs, please do exit the hall because we want to make sure that those who are in here are focused and inshallah here for the lecture and the program. So if you would like to continue your conversation, please do so outside so that we can all get a chance to focus and pay attention, inshallah. We'll move some more chairs forward if you would like to be seated. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for your cooperation. Inshallah, we'll get started. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم إن يقولون إلا كذبا فلعلك باخع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا وإنا لجاعلون ما عليها صعيدا جرزا أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا فضربنا على آذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا ثم بعثناهم لنعلم أي الحزبين أحصى لما لبثوا أمدا نحن نقص عليك نباهم بالحق إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وربطنا على قلوبهم إذ قاموا فقالوا ربنا رب السماوات والأرض لن ندعو من دونه إلها لقد قلنا إذا شططا هؤلاء قوم اتخذوا من دونه آلهة لولا يأتون عليهم بسلطان بين فمن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا وإذ اعتزلتموهم وما يعبدون إلا الله فأووا إلى الكهف ينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته ويهيئ لكم من أمركم مرفقا وترى الشمس إذا طلعت تزاور عن كهفهم ذات اليمين وإذا غربت تقرضهم ذات الشمال وهم في فجوة منه ذلك من آيات الله من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وتحسبهم أيقاظا وهم رقود ونقلبهم ذات اليمين وذات الشمال وكلبهم باسط ذراعيه بالوصيد لو اطلعت عليهم لوليت منهم فرارا ولملئت منهم رعبا وكذلك بعثناهم ليتساءلوا بينهم قالوا قائل منهم كم لبثتم قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعد يوم قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم فبعثوا أحدكم بورقكم هذه إلى المدينة فلينظر أيها أزكى طعاما فليأتكم برزق منه وليتلطف ولا يشعرن بكم أحدا إنهم إن يظهروا عليكم يرجموكم أو يعيدكم في ملتهم ولن تفلحوا إذا أبدا صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you, brother, for the recitation of the Holy Quran. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Maulana Ali Barakat to the minbar with a loud Sallu ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
Thank you. You have insurance here? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد الخلق وأعز المرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى جميع أنبياء الله والمرسلين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Sallallahu alayka wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bifina'ik. أشهد أن الله يا مولاي قد طيب بك التراب وأعظم بك المصاب وأجزل بك الثواب وأوضح بك الكتاب وجعلك وأمك وأخاك وجدك وأباك والمعصومين من بنيك عبرة لأولي الألباب يا ابن الميامين الأطياب التالين الكتاب. وجهت سلامي إليكم ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني. للسلام عليكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. One of the important issues that we need to focus on it, beside ma'rifatullah, knowing Allah, how to deal with the issues that we don't like and we hate by nature. النفس الإنسانية, the human character and the soul, by nature loves ease and peace and health and wealth and power and pleasure and tranquility and security and satisfaction, you name it. This is by innate feeling we want that. The same thing by defining these qualities that our nafs wants, we are also defining the negative qualities that our nafs detests and despises, which is the opposite of what I said. By nature, you don't like to be tired. By nature, you don't like to be sick. You don't like to be poor. You don't like to be in pain. You don't like to be in stress. Who does like to be in stress? No one. So, knowing Allah, as we spoke about this issue yesterday and today in Khutbatul Jum'ah, in the minimum standard for that knowledge to know your Creator and to know your Lord, versus these trouble and calamities and unfortunate and misfortunate events that are facing us, how do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? How can we focus on knowing Allah, worshiping Allah, surrendering to Allah, loving Allah, getting closer to Allah? In the meantime, we are facing such bala. You translate it on the screen, al-bala, tribulations or tribulations. But al-bala simply, it doesn't have to be that much sophisticated expression. Al-bala means when Allah tests you. Allah send you a test. You shall be tested. If you claim that you are a mu'min, if you claim that you are a Muslim, and you are, do not think you shall not be tested. And it only a simple observation to know the life of a mu'min versus the life of a non-mu'min. The non-mu'min, non-religious, the atheist, the humanitarian, the existentialist, whatsoever have you, he likes to live life taking advantage of the opportunity of his age, without thinking about the hereafter. He doesn't think about what we call al-ghaybiyat, the metaphysical things. They just want to live their lives successfully, prosper, and do the best that they can do, knowing that they're starting from point A, ending in point B, and that's it. That's the difference between a mu'min and a non-mu'min. The non-mu'min thinks like that his life will start at one point, ends at another, and that's it. So what do? They maximize their moments to have a good time, to enjoy it, to seek pleasure, to seek satisfaction of an-nafs, without thinking about the purpose of their existence, without thinking about the purpose of life, without thinking about the signs of God. They are blind, although they can see. They are deaf, although they can hear. They are dumb, although they can think. Why? Because everything around you, if you focus a little bit, everything around you will lead you to Allah. Everything you see, everything you hear, everything you observe, it's an open book for the signs of Allah. Subhanallah. Subhanallah, how He identifies Himself in His ayat and His signs in so many ways and in so many fashions, hundreds of billions of ways. And Allah in Al-Quran always talks about this in a wonderful fashion. And now, for the generation who is attending the school and universities and colleges, they don't want to talk about God. They tell you, we are a secular society. We have nothing to do with religion. Well, that is by itself a sword with two edges. It is good. Be optimistic, be existentialist, be liberal, no problem. You don't want to believe, that is your decision. But if I want to believe, don't stop me. That's what's so good about the liberal society, supposedly. They don't stop you. Alhamdulillah, we are gathering here. It's a religious gathering. It is secured by the constitution of the law of the land. And that is by itself a big blessing. This gathering that you have tonight here, in so many places in the Muslim world, you cannot do it. Your life will be in danger. That's good. However, we cannot be silent about the fact that they want to put God on the sideline in the educational system. We want to use the same approach they use in order to teach us science and facts. We go to school to learn about theories and science and physics and chemistry. And then we accept certain quote-unquote facts based on two lines of thinking, inductive reasoning and conductive reasoning. The pillar of knowledge. Oh, forgive me, tonight I'm speaking to the youth and to educated one. If you're an adult, you cannot tolerate the subject, I have something in store for you. Be patient with me. I gave up on the adults, so I want to invest some time with the youth. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You go to school, they tell you, this is the hypothesis, this is the theory, this is the proof of the theory. The proof of the theory, it is not 100% cut clear, black and white issue. No. We call it, what we call it in Arabic, hisabul ihtimalat, the law of probabilities. When you reduce the probabilities for certain phenomena to take place, you say it's not going to happen. When you increase the probabilities, you build your knowledge on that phenomena. I'll give you a simple example. The whole foundation of knowledge was based on two reasoning. One, when you go from the general to the specific to come up with a fact. So you could count on this fact. Another approach in that reasoning is when you go from the specific to the general. And the second method is closely related to the experimental science. Yeah, and I'll give you a simple example. Zayd and Amr and Muhammad and Ali is making this experiment. You give them 70 pieces of small iron. You expose them to heat, all of them. You notice that by exposing these pieces of iron to heat, it shall what? Expand. You come to the conclusion that when you expose steel to heat, it shall expand. You come up with a theory. You really did not go and find every single piece of iron in the world and you have done this. No, suffice that you have done it once, twice, twice. You've done it on 40 pieces, on 50 pieces. And scientifically you come to the conclusion that it's fair to say when you expose any piece of metal to heat, iron yani, it shall expand. Nobody can argue about you in that sense. There's another reasoning that can establish knowledge when you go from the general to the specific, and it has a lot to do with common sense and logic that is embedded innately in us. Allah gave us this power of observation to relate among the facts, to relate among what we see and to come up with a conclusion. Even in the experimental, scientific experimental for the iron, you have seen the first test, the second test, the third test, the fourth test. But Allah already set in you the ability to what? To relate, to conclude, to observe, and to come up with a conclusion. If you put the experiment in front of a cow, it shall see it, but it will not conclude. Am I right or am I right? It's not going to conclude. You are the one who concludes. This is what we call al-aql. This is the best creation of Allah. This is the best ni'mah of Allah. Through this process that Allah gave us, we shall be tested, asked, judged, rewarded, or held accountable for the way we use it. So we go back to the theory of knowledge. The second reasoning, it has to do with logic. You say, every human is going to die. You don't need an experiment for this. This is what we call al-muqaddimat al-awwaliyya, primary introduction facts. Every human is going to die. Nobody can doubt that. Nobody with his right mind can doubt that. Ali Barakat is a human. I don't know any of you can doubt that. I walk like a human, I talk like a human. I'm a human. It's like the American expression saying, walks like a cow, mows like a cow, has a tail like a cow, then it's a cow, it's not a goat. This is the second conclusion, the second observation. Muqaddima awwaliyya thaniya. Natural introduction. When you say every human is going to die, Ali Barakat is a human, therefore Ali Barakat is going to die at one point. This is a conclusion. Logical conclusion. It's similar to the mathematical equation A equal B, B equal C, therefore A equal C. This is the logic that Allah puts on us. That kind of logic, it is full in the book of Al-Quran. That theory of knowledge, Allah used it. In all al-ayat that speaks about ideology, Allah raises the issue. أَفِي اللَّهِ شَكٌّ فَاطِرُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. You have any doubt about Allah, the creator of this universe? We shall make them see our signs in the horizons and within themselves. Within themselves. So as I spoke to you yesterday, since you are a walking miracle, talking miracle, sitting miracle, eating miracle, then the science is within you. This is why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa said, Know yourself. Focus on your inward character, you shall know Allah. And the knowledge of Allah is going, ascending from you to Him. And there is another form of knowledge that descending from Him to you. If you focus on yourself. It's like this story between Al-Imam Al-Sadiq Salamullahi alayhi and bright atheist doctor who's from India. They met in the presence of Abu Ja'far al-Mansur. The Khalifa brought this doctor in order to treat him. And at the same time, he summoned earlier Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam, and Imam is observing, and the doctor is prescribing to Al-Khalifa what need to be done. And then Abu Ja'far al-Mansur said to Imam al-Sadiq, look, this man is a good doctor. If you have any issue, you have any question, you have any problem, he could resolve it for you. And Al-Imam politely declined, said, I thank you, I don't need his knowledge. The doctor felt intimidated and insulted. He was very arrogant. He said, are you a doctor? Are you a alim? And Imam al-Sadiq humbly answered, he said, I am not a alim, but for sure I'm not a jahil. Look, this is a very intelligent answer. Why? Because knowledge, how do you quantify knowledge? It's a matter of depth. وَفَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ. No matter how much you're knowledgeable, there is somebody who is more knowledgeable than you. No matter how much you learn, you will always be a professional student. Because you cannot claim that you know everything. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the all-knowledgeable, the all-knowing only. Even the most knowledgeable man God created, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. His knowledge, it is not equated to the knowledge of Allah. There are certain facts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not give him. For a maslahah, for an interest, Allah knows better. He didn't give him. The time of Al-Qiyamah was not given to anyone. The definition and the nature of Ar-Ruh, the human one, it was not given to him. Certain names of the hypocrites that Allah knows, they were around him for a period of time. He said, I know them, you do not know them. Right? If you read Al-Quran, that's what Al-Quran said. So knowledge is just a matter of depth. And Al-Imam al-Sadiq, based on that notion, he said, I am not a alim, but I'm not a jahil. And then the Indian doctor said, why don't you ask me, since if you're not a doctor? He said, so you have knowledge? And Imam Sadiq said to him, said, yes. He said, can I ask you a question? Yes. Why your nose is going downward and not upward? With two holes going downward and not upward. He said, nobody asked me that question before. I said, okay. Why your eyes are horizontal and not vertical? I don't know. Okay, let me ask you another question. Why your forehead front skin folds in such a fashion horizontally and not vertically? I don't know. Why your hands folds inwardly? Why your legs folds outwardly? I don't know. Why you have eyebrows above your eyes? I don't know. Why you have a dent in the lower part of your feet? You know your feet? I said, yes. There is a dent. It's not flat. The foot is not flat. There is a dent in it. Why? I said, I don't know. I said, these are issues that has to do with your medicine, and you claim that you are knowledgeable. And then the doctor said, okay, why? What is the answer for this? He was arrogant, but he was smart. Why? Because he said, I want to know. You need to know. The most ethical value in Islam is to seek what? Knowledge. The very first ayah that Allah revealed in Al-Quran, what did it say? Read. Unfortunately, we're not a nation of readers. You need to read. Read and learn. So the most beautiful ethical value in Islam is to be knowledgeable. Why? Because the more you know, the closer to Allah you shall get. And since Al-Ma'soomeen, their knowledge reached a certain level, they feared Allah the most. And they knew Allah the most. And they were closest to Allah in such a fashion, beat us by miles. So knowledge is very important. According to Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, he said, look, there's one also question. He answered him, and was the first question. He says, why the bones of your skull is not one section? He didn't know the answer for that. And Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam answered him. He said, if you have a headache in one part, you have a relief in another one. If the whole part is connected, you cannot handle the pain, you would die. Your nose is going downward because all the unwanted materials in your brain and your head needs to come out, and it has to come out through your nose. If it is going up, it doesn't come out. You will have a permanent sinuses and you shall die. If you have eyebrows above your eyes, it's to help you see when the sun is on. Your hand moves inwardly and your legs moves outwardly for the balance. That's the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala designed. The dent in your feet to make you walk and run. Your eyes are horizontal, not vertical, because when you cry, the tears can come out easier. Otherwise, you shall become blind. The doctor said, where did you get this knowledge? He said, that's what our religion tells us, and that's what Muhammad is calling for. And he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So we go back to the reason of knowledge. In Al-Quran, Allah asks wonderful questions in order to lead you to Him. And Allah would invite you to Him and push you to come to Him in so many fashions and in so many ways. But Allah, the most recommended and the best approach that Allah uses to lower His ibad to Him is the al-aql, the mind, the logic. And Allah denounced those people that I classified in the beginning of the speech, the non-believers. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يَأْكُلُونَ وَيَشْرَبُونَ وَيَتَمَتَّعُونَ كَمَا تَتَمَتَّعُ الْأَنْعَامِ الآية يَأْكُلُوا وَيَتَمَتَّعُوا كَمَا تَتَمَتَّعُ الْأَنْعَامِ. Yani some people, they live like animals. They sleep, they eat, they drink, they reproduce. That's it. No sense of belonging, no purpose, no goal, no real achievements. They live in order to satisfy their desires. In another place in Al-Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, إِنْهُمْ إِلَّا كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ أَضَلُّوا سَبِيلًا. They are like animals, but worse than animals. Why? Because animals, they do acknowledge Allah. And animals, they do at-tasbih. And animals are believers. So, in Al-Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses this form of knowledge. And if you read Surah Yasin, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الْإِنسَانُ أَنَّا خَلَقْنَاهُ مِن نُطْفَةٍ فَإِذَا هُوَ وَتْ خَصِيمٌ مُبِينٌ وَضَرَبَ لَنَا مَثَلًا وَنَسِيَ خَلْقَهُ. Look, focus with me. Subhanallah, how wonderful Allah is. Don't the humans see that we have created him from a single nutfa? Sperm and an egg. Single cell. And then he grew up to be what? Intelligent creature to argue against me. He's arguing against who? Allah. خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا, and he sets an example to me. What is he saying? قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم. نسي خلقه, يعني he forgot the way he was born. And Allah in the Quran, in a miracle fashion, he told us the process of birth before the lab told us about it. The evolutions of the creature in the womb, from the moment the sperm goes into the egg. Billions of sperm wants to go into the egg. Billions. And one makes it. One. And the moment the sperm goes into the egg, what happens? It shoots a wall and protected it, the sperm, and rejects everything. Yani you and I, mashallah, the greatest ni'mah, we made it. Look, we made it. It's better than winning the lottery. Allahu Akbar. I'm telling you, if your dad did a magnificent job, released 600 million sperms, right? One made it. You. What are the odds? So you better appreciate, because there were 600 million creatures who wanted to be in your position. Allah gave you the opportunity. That by itself is a great ni'mah. If you want to count the ni'mah of Allah, look what Allah said. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نَعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تَحْصُوهَا. Look, this is an intelligent statement. There is a miracle in the structure of this ayah. And if you want the count, set count. When you want to count, there should be more than what? One. If you are counting, it should be more than one. If you say, count this money, and you give me $1, it doesn't make sense, because there's only one. But if you give me $1,000, and I don't know it's 1,000, and you tell me count, you start counting. And Allah is telling you, if you want to count the ni'am of Allah, you will not be able to count it. But He didn't say ni'am, He said one ni'mah, only one. See the intelligence here? See the notions here? Not that many people think about Al-Quran. And my biggest urge for me to you, because I love you all, I love this place, I want you to know that I love you. And my dua is going for you, because I decided to express myself. A lot of people died. I don't know where are they, that I love them. I didn't tell them. And Allah is asking me to express my emotion towards you. I hope you love me too. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So Allah is saying, if you want to count one ni'mah, you will not be able to count it. How could that be? There's only one ni'mah. It means the value of one ni'mah of Allah, you're not going to be able to appreciate it as Allah deserves. And the ni'mah that Allah gave you, He brought you to existence from what? From non-existence. Your brother Hajj Ali Barakat sitting before you here. I am almost 59 years old. I'm not supposed to reveal my age, but I'm not feeling ashamed about it. I'm very happy that I was born regardless of the date. Knowing the notion, how did I come, speaking about the subject. So, An-Nabi asked his companion, can someone tell me the greatest ni'mah Allah bestowed upon us? One guy said, Islam. He said, yes, but that's not the answer. Another guy said, Tawheed. Yes, but that's not the answer. Health. Yes, but that's the answer. And finally, النبي went to Imam Ali alayhi salam. He said to him, Ya Ali, what do you think? Intelligence. What he said? Imam Ali alayhi salam, Sayyidul Bulagha, Sayyidul Muttaqeen. He said, Ya Rasulullah, the greatest ni'mah Allah gave me, that He created me from non-existence into existence. And that particular ni'mah that Allah gave me by bringing me to life, He brought me in your era to get to see you. And then from the time He created your nur, and from your nur He created my nur, that's a great ni'mah for me. I got to meet you and to see you. And also, the greatest ni'mah next to that, that Allah guided me to His deen in your presence. So there is a big ni'mah that Allah gives you, al-aql. Al-aql, power of reasoning. So al-ayah, Allah is saying, وَنَسِيَ خَلْقَهُ. He forgot about the process of His creation. And He said to us, what did He say? This man who wants to be intelligent, قَالَ مَنْ يُحْيِي الْعِظَامَ وَهِيَ رَمِيمٌ. Who shall resurrect and restructure the bone after it disintegrates? This is the conductive reasoning Allah answer. It's the same way you learn at school your theories. قل, tell them, Ya Muhammad, قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة. Tell them, the power that brought the bones and created the bones and developed the bones in the first process can redo it again. Very simple. If you put a machine together in your own hand, if you put it in your own hand, you can also take it out and put it again, because you've done it before. If you've done it before, you are capable of doing it what? Again. That's what kind of reason? Conductive reasoning. It's the same reason that you use in school to come up with a conclusion. Because this world that we live in, when people, they ask you a very silly question, prove to me that God exists. It's like somebody is telling you, prove to me the sun shines. The sun is there. And somebody would come and tell you, I don't believe in the sun. I will tell them, who the hell cares if you believe in the sun or not? The sun is there. It doesn't matter whether you believe or not, because there is an external fact and reality, the truth is there. So I look around. And Imam Ali alayhi salam told us, wow, for this creation of the son of Adam. يَنْظُرُ بِشَحْمٍ. He will be able to see with his eyes. There's no bones in the eyes. شحم. شو يعني شحم؟ يعني fat. Fatty material is making you able to see. I don't know how many megapixels you have in your eye. And it's connected to what? To the brain. وَيَسْمَعُ بِعَظْمٍ. He will hear in his ear through a bone. وَيَنْطُقُ بِلَحْمٍ. Speaks with a piece of flesh in his tongue. And then we ask the question, all this coordination in the universe. I ask you a scientific question. Who is responsible for this miracle in the coordination? Miracle. There's a miracle around you. And Allah is telling you, look around you. ارجع البصر كرتين. Allah is telling you, watch, observe. Do you see any malfunction? Do you see any discoordination? Do you see any coincidence in the creation? If the sun is stronger than it is and lower in its position than the way it is, life would be impossible. If the earth is farther away from the sun, life would be impossible. If you look at the zone and atmosphere and the percentage of the gas is there, fixed through centuries and generations, nothing comes out, nothing goes in. Where is the oxygen? Why it doesn't disappear? Why the carbon dioxide is always there? What is this balance in nature? What if you want and ask a doctor if we are to extend our blood vessels in a horizontal line? 400,000 kilometers. If you want to extend your DNA, the distance between Earth and the sun, million times. It's all embedded in your body on a microscopic level. You observe yourself on the microscopic level. You look at the world on the macroscopic level. The signs of Allah are there. This is what Allah is telling you in Al-Quran. And He asked the question, who is responsible for that? Who did this coordination? Who created this? This is a scientific question. It is a religious one, but it is scientific because you are asking the question. You are making the observation. And some genius guy tells you, oh, it was created by pure coincidence. Do you believe? You would believe him? Well, we did an experiment. One time this experiment was done, you put 10 coins. You number the coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you put it in your pocket and you mix them. And the question was given to you, make 10 efforts to take the coins one by one and take them in such a fashion that you take number 1 from the first shot, 2 from the second, 3, 4, 10 times you come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what are the probabilities? Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Put the numbers on the coins and put it in your pocket and make the effort. To take number 1, you need to make how many times? At least 10. And if you put it back, it could be 100. And if you want to do it in such a fashion, 110 to come consecutively, you want to do it 10 to the power 10. 1, 2, 3, 10 to the power 10 to the power 10. By the time you wanted to do it to 10 to the power 10 to 253 numbers, which is a simple thing in your pocket. If you go to Japan and some genius come and tell you, oh look, there was this volcano and it exploded and all this metal went up in the air and the wind came, one wave cold and the other wave is hot, and all of a sudden, boom, this Mitsubishi car landed on your pavement. Do you believe this? You come up with the conclusion. What is it? Coincidence does not produce organized work. It's a scientific conclusion. Can you deny there is a coordination in the world and the universe or not? There is. There is. Your eyes will be full of tears for the creation that Allah has. The creation and the coordination and the notion and the motion and the creation and the disintegration is amazing. And this is why Allah is telling you, look, subhanallah, heaven by itself, the stars, the way it was formed, the way it is forming, the way it shines, the way it runs, the way it rules, the way it disintegrates. It's not by pure coincidence. So you come to the conclusion there has to be a super being who is responsible for this. And this super being, he is different than what he created. He is a higher form of being. Because if you manufacture the belt, you are a higher form in the creation than what you manufactured. You cannot be subject to it. You control what you manufacture. It's not what manufacture controls you, unless you allows it. Is this science or not? It is science. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not only asking you to think and observe. Allah with His might, He takes an oath for you to believe Him and to come to Him. Allah uses the style of swearing, qasam. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Waw al-qasam. The waw is to swear, to say, I swear to you, Ya Muhammad, I swear to you, human. Allah is doing this qasam to tell you this is not a joke, and I am serious, and I want you to come to me. Your happiness in coming to me. This is what I want you to think. Do not let anyone separate your faith from your ability of thinking. Thinking shall lead you to faith. Knowledge would lead you to Allah. This is why when your iman is based on this reasoning, your iman shall never falter. And you will never go astray. And your iman shall never be weak. Why? Because you came to the proper conclusion. I was created by God. And if I have to believe in a God that created me, He has to be super. He has to be intelligent. He has to be kind. He has to be such and such and such and such, because other than that, it doesn't make any sense. This form of knowledge, it's also facts that are widespread that does not need a proof. I have never been to India myself, and I don't know what India looked like. But if I grew up and I meet somebody, I say, Salam alaikum salam, how are you? Fine. Where are you from? I'm from Lebanon. Where are you from? I'm from India. Oh, India. I've never heard of India before, supposedly. I grew up, then I formed my ability to judge. I met a person who told me he's from India. I go to the geographic book and I see there is India. I listen to the TV and I see the Indian Prime Minister I don't want you to meet. I'm just giving him an example. Because this Prime Minister of India is another Netanyahu of Israel. Same mentality. History repeats itself. Classification of characters comes over and over again. Racist, arrogant, tyrant, and dictator. So you read about India because there is a Prime Minister. And then you read in the news, Ambassador of India was in Washington. And then you go to an Indian store and you eat halim, Indian food, and the spices. And then you come to the conclusion there is India. You don't have to go to India to find out. The probability of everybody is lying to you about an imaginary country called India is what? Zero. That is reasoning science uses. And based on that notion, we believe Allah is God. And based on that notion, we believe Al-Quran is authentic and true and complete and perfect. And based on that notion, we believe in the authenticity of Ahlul Bayt, that they are the most knowledgeable. And no one can surpass their knowledge. Based on that notion. Because if there is a unanimous agreement in Al-Hadith, Sunni and Shia, Al-Khulafa are 12, Al-A'imma are 12, Al-Abrar are 12, Al-Awliya are 12. Tayyib, observe. What are the probability that these Awliya, Abrar, A'imma, Khulafa are not our A'imma? What are the probabilities? Zero. Because nothing in history supports otherwise. Everything in history supports your notion. Okay, why do you think these are the a'imma that this hadith spoke about where everybody agrees on it? Well, because Allah in Al-Quran said Al-Imama is a responsibility that Allah appoints it to whoever He pleases, and it's a responsibility only be given to a mature person who never commits a sin. I'm not saying that. Who said that? Allah in the book of Al-Quran. Allah said to Ibrahim, Inni ja'iluka linnasi imama. Ya Ibrahim, I am appointing you for the population, for all the people as an imam. He said that to him after he was what? Prophet. He was a prophet before that statement. And then he made him go through incredible tests. He tested him. If you read the Bible, and if you read the Talmud, the Torah, and if you read Al-Quran, and Al-Quran is the most authentic book among the three now, because the actual Bible, the actual Torah, it's not in our hand. But they all agree on one fact, that Ibrahim was what? Tested. Several tests, severe tests. And he passed it. And the hardest test, when he commanded him to butcher his own son. And his son accepted. And he wanted to do the job, and Allah stopped him and he said, صَدَّقْتَ الرُّؤْيَا. You believed. And he said, I am declaring you as an imam. And Ibrahim immediately said, وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي. What about my descendants? Allah defined what al-imama is. In this statement, لا ينال عهدي الظالمين. My ahd, my giftship, my covenant, this responsible command that I'm giving you, it shall not be given to anyone who commits a mistake. He has to be what? Flawless. So, Al-Quran said so. And we come to history. We see Al-Imam Ali alayhi salam, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. All the knowledge of all the messages from the time of Adam until Yawmul Qiyamah was given to who? To Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. This Al-Quran said. Every prophet endorsed the prophethood of Muhammad. Every prophet, Allah took the oath from that prophet to believe, respect, love, cherish Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. All the knowledge of all the books, Zabur Dawood, Suhufu Idris, Tawratu Isa, Tawratu Musa, Injilu Isa, all the knowledge for 124,000 Nabi, every single language, every single line of communication between any to any was given to who? To Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Utitu jawami al-kalam." This one gives me goosebumps. I use it many times, and every time I use it, it shocks me. I was given the all ability of communication, any form of communication in existence, it was given to who? To Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I was given all form of languages, all form of communication. Jawami al-kalam. Kalam means anything that anyone utters or communicate verbally, non-verbally, Rasulullah has knowledge of it. All this knowledge was given from Rasulullah to Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. So we come to the conclusion, scientific, logical conclusion, that al-afdaliyya bil-a'lamiyya. Memorize that statement. Al-afdaliyya bil-a'lamiyya. They are better because they are more what? Knowledgeable. Their knowledge is more, so they are better. What makes you better than me is your knowledge and your taqwa. That's what Allah said. And if you have knowledge, you would know Allah better. And since Muhammad has the maximum amount of knowledge for a creator by the for a creation by the creator, and it was transferred to Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, we believe Ali is the second best man God ever created based on that notion. So do not tell us we exaggerate when we say Ali is afdal from the Anbiya. Why? Because of his knowledge. He was given the knowledge. And that knowledge was given to who? To Al-Hasan alayhi salam. And that knowledge was given from Al-Hasan to Al-Imam Al-Hussein. So the question that I ask you, how do we know that these A'imma are our A'imma? The Hadith 12, they are there. Because when you observe the probability, it would be somebody else, zero, you come up with this conclusion. You observe. Did anybody teach them? Did they attend any school? Anyone in history say Al-Imam al-Sadiq attended a lecture by someone? Every alim in the world today, every doctor, every Nobel Prize winner. You know his biography. You know where did he go. You know what he attended. You know what school he went to. You know what university he attended. You know what research he have done. Except our A'immah. Even their own enemies, they can never claim that they are studied with somebody, or under the command of somebody, or under the supervision of somebody. And then they have answer to every question. What does that tell you? It is them, not somebody else. Because their enemies testify to their fadl. Their enemies testify to their fadl. Their enemies testify to their greatness. They have never lost a debate. They have never asked anyone to learn. Why? Because this knowledge was given to them. And their ma'sumiyya, they were immune against committing al-haram because Allah, the fadl of Allah on them, that He facilitated this knowledge to them. And they are fit and able to handle it. I cannot handle it. Most of us cannot handle it. They are able to handle it. Once you have the knowledge about Allah, once you know the and the consequences of disobeying Allah, you don't commit a sin. I am speaking to you right now, bounded by time. I have the freedom to leave any moment. But if somebody stands behind me, and he puts a sword above my neck and he say, Hajj Ali, if you move, I will take your head off. I looked at him and I see he is serious. The question that I want to ask you, would I move? I acquired the knowledge, my life in danger. Would I move? I don't move. I would sit. Maybe I would sit until the end of time. Because I know if I move, I would lose my life. So in that notion, Al-Imam has full knowledge of Allah. Fear Allah. Loves Allah. Fear, not fear and terror. Fear, it means fear to lose the love of Allah. Because they know Allah very well. They don't want to disobey Him. This is why Al-Imam in Karbala, when he went through without faltering, without shaking, without feeling the weakness. Why? He has the knowledge. Allah is watching. Allah is testing him. You shall be tested. I shall be tested. We go back to the focus of the subject, that if you want to be a mu'min, Allah shall test you. أَفَحَسِبَ النَّاسِ أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم. They think that I am going to grant them Al-Jannah without being tested. You shall be tested. You shall be tested with the people that you love, with the people that you hate, with the job that you love, with the job that you hate. You shall be tested with your health, with your money, with your property, with yourself, with your health. You shall be tested. And the deeper your iman is, the bigger your test will be. And the outcome, the closer to Allah you should come. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa alihi said, ما أوذي نبي مثل ما أوذيت. No prophet was hurt in the same magnitude that I was hurt. Imagine. And I was wondering, he didn't live that long. And thus all Risala was short. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Because he had to live with the fact that his most beloved people shall be killed. His most beloved daughter shall be hurt. His grandson shall be killed and assassinated. His grandson, Al-Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam, would be butchered and killed mercilessly. And then his descendants will be tested. And he was patient. And he did not take revenge. We follow Ar-Rasul because he cried over Al-Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam before it happened. Salama Radwanullahi alayha al-Mu'mineen, walked one night and she heard him crying. She heard al-Rasul not crying silently. كان يجهش بالبكاء. Yani he was crying loud. Rasulullah was crying loud. And then she came to him and she said, Ruhi laka al-fida, what's wrong? Did I do something wrong? He goes, no, you are okay. I just received the news from Jibreel that my grandson shall be killed and massacred by some misguided people of this ummah. God may never give them my shafa'ah yawm al-qiyamah. And he kept crying loud. And he said to her, this is qarura, this bottle on my hand, Jibreel just gave it to me. And he brought me the soil where he will be buried. Habibi Rasulullah took that bottle, took that soil and kissed it and put it on his eyes. And you tell us we exaggerate if we cry. If Rasulullah cried, why can't we cry? And if Rasulullah acknowledged Karbala and acknowledged Al-Imam Hussein, why there is a big portion of this ummah do not want to acknowledge? Why there are certain people and portion of this ummah, they claim they love Ahlul Bayt, but they don't know anything about them. And they don't want to know anything about them. They do not want to know their names. They do not want to know their legacies. Al-Imam Ali alayhi salam cried before the events took place. When he was coming back from Siffin, and he landed in Nainawa. And he came there and he hit the ground and he started weeping, crying, and he said, here, هنا موضع رحالهم. This is where they will settle. This is where my son is going to settle. This is where the battle is going to take place. This is where his body is going to be buried. And he cried and he kissed the soil. Al-Anbiya before them cried. Ibrahim cried. Isa cried. Musa cried. Yahya cried. And know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you're a mu'min, He will not leave you be. Because out of every bala that Allah tests you, He's getting you closer to Him. And by getting closer to Allah, you will ensure your peace and the rida of Allah yawm al-qiyamah forever. Yes. The bigger your iman is, the bigger your bala. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَلِنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ ونقص في الثمرات والأموال ونقص في الثمرات والأنفس وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون. الآية correction. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف ونقص في الأموال والثمرات. في الأنفس والأموال والثمرات. أنفس, أموال, and ثمرات. Allah shall test you in reduction in money and infliction on some people, some sickness, and reduction in life where people lose dear ones, and some trouble and some calamities and some hardship. And bashir as-sabirin, give them the good news who are patient and they do not lose their temper and they do not lose their faith, that Allah is very close to them and they are truly the guided one, and Allah will recite as-salawat on them. Yeah. Al-Imam al-Hussein was subject to that bala. What was his bala? His bala, he felt this heavy responsibility in his shoulder. He cannot be silent for what Yazid is doing. And he came to impose on him in order to endorse his government. And he wants the allegiance from him. And Al-Imam Hussein said, it is haram for me to do so. Yazid is a killer, is a fasiq, is a fajr, killer of the innocent soul, taking the money of the people. اتخذ عباد الله خولا ومال الله دولا ومثلي, a man like me cannot give allegiance to man like him. Who is al-imam? Man like me. شو يعني? What does that mean, a man like me? It means when you do ziyarah to warith, you want to know the legacy of Imam al-Hussein when you do ziyarat warith. Assalamu alayka ya warithahu. Adam, Nabiyullah, the inheritor of Adam, and the inheritor of Nuh and Ibrahim and Musa and Isa and Muhammad. Sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. So Imam al-Hussein represented the legacy of Al-Anbiya, represented the legacy of At-Taqwa, represented the legacy of knowledge, represented the legacy of Iman. And a man like that cannot endorse a sultan of a man like Yazid. Why? Allah will not accept. Rasulullah will not accept. From Adam until Yawm al-Qiyamah, no mu'min shall accept. Ya'ba Allahu lana. وأرحام طهرت وحشور طابت. No mu'min will give me the permission to do so until Yawm al-Qiyamah. And the man is giving me the choice. Either I submit and I endorse him, or he shall fight me and kill me. And I will be fighting and I shall be killed in the way of Allah to ensure the remaining of true Islam, rather than saving myself and losing this deen. That is the bala of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And the bala got bigger. Why? Because his family, his brothers, his cousins, mu'mineen, and Al-Imam was told about these names. And Allah would ensure that when you are tested, Allah shall take care of you and will get you closer. Every bala you go through and you get closer to Allah, you feel and you say, Alhamdulillah, I got to know things I didn't know before. I know the facts in such a way I did not know before. So when you are inflicted with bala, and al-bala is two kinds. There is a desirable one and there is a non-desirable one. That is in the vision of people. I only have a few minutes. I will summarize it. As I told you, our nafs does not like bad things. You would rather be tested with money, a lot of money. You would rather be tested with luxury. You love luxury. You would rather be tested with fame. You like to be famous. You would rather be tested with property. But Allah is telling you, this kind of test is more dangerous than the test of sickness and poverty and dhiq and shortcomings. Why? Because in the first test, you will get closer to Allah. In the second test, most people will forget about Allah. They will forget about Him. Why? Rich, powerful, healthy, nafs is happy, no connection with Allah. This is why An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi said, if it was not for sickness, poverty, and death, the son of Adam will never bow his head. لولا الموت والجوع والفقر لما طأطأ ابن آدم رأسه. We suffice for tonight, inshallah. And we came to the conclusion that we need to seek knowledge. We need to get to know Allah well. We need to know the attributes of Allah. We need to know the blessings of Allah. And when you are being tested, know Allah loves you. There are two kinds of tests. Test, legitimate one, wants you, Allah, to purify you. By the time you go there, you're clean, crisp, no caffeine, never had it, never will. Go to Al-Jannah. And there is a second kind of bala. The second kind of bala is the result of our sinful act. And since Allah loves you, He inflicts certain bala for you in order to what? To clean you from the consequences of such a sinful act. And He wants you to come to Him. And tomorrow, inshallah, we will continue this discussion in a happy ending and in a pleasant atmosphere, because tomorrow is the birth of Al-Imam Al-Kadhim, Ridwanullahi alayh. Tomorrow is Saturday. Please come, because I have some wonderful stories to tell you in that regard, to see how Allah is wonderful with us. May Allah bless you all. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma inni as'aluka dam al-shaheed al-madlumi fi Karbala. I ask you by your names, the most beautiful names that you love. I ask you by the love of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad to you. Ya Allah, I ask you by your love to Muhammad wa ali Muhammad to grant us all our wishes for ad-dunya and al-akhirah, to get us to know you well, and to get us to be pleased with you, and you would be pleased with us. Ya Allah, forgive our sins. Ya Allah, bless our ages. Ya Allah, bless our soul. Ya Allah, bless our families. Ya Allah, grant us al-hidayah for all the people that we love. Ya Allah, grant us al-Rahman, al-Maghfirah, and al-Lutf. Ya Ra'ufu, Ya Rahim, unite this ummah. Ya Allah, expedite the appearance of our Imam, Al-Imam Al-Mahdi, Ajjalallahu Farajahu Al-Sharif. Ya Allah, bless this place. Ya Allah, forgive the a'mal of those who were deceased. Have mercy on them. Take them into Al-Jannah. هم السابقون ونحن اللاحقون. اللهم نسألك رضاك ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein, brothers, come forward, please. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. سہ کے ہر رنج و بلا تو نے شکوہ نہ کیا، تجھ سے صابر نہ ہوا. یا حسین 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 یا حسین. رن میں جب مار گئے زینب مضطر کے پسر، دیکھ کر لاشوں کو کہتی تھی یہ بنت حیدر، کرتی ہوں شکر خدا اور یہ ہے میری دعا، بھائی بچ جائے میرا. یا حسین 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 یا حسین. رن سے آواز جب آئی ہے علی اکبر کی، یوں لگا جیسے تیرے دل پر لگی ہے برچی. نور آنکھوں کا گیا سوجتا کچھ بھی نہ تھا، کیسے لاشا اٹھا. یا حسین 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 یا حسین. تیر اصغر کے گلے سے جو نکالا تو نے، ہائے کس دل سے بھلا دل کو سنبھالا تو نے، خون چلو میں لیا اور چہرے پہ ملا، خون چلو میں لیا اور چہرے پہ ملا، سرخ رو دین ہوا، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین۔ تو نے عاشور کو بچوں کا کیا ہے ماتم، کون بتلائے گا جو تھا تیرے دل کا عالم، اے شہنشاہ خدا دیکھ کر حال تیرا، اے شہنشاہ خدا دیکھ کر حال تیرا، روتی ہے کرب و بلا، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین۔ بعد تیرے یہی زینب نے مناظر دیکھے، بازو رسی میں بندھے پشت پر درے بھی لگے، ہر ستم ڈھایا گیا تازیانہ بھی لگا، ہر ستم ڈھایا گیا تازیانہ بھی لگا، چھن گئی سر سے ردا، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین۔ ہائے مقتل سے تیری لاش اٹھائی نہ گئی، دل سجاد سے یہ بات بھلائی نہ گئی، صدمہ دل پر وہ ہوا یاد کر کر کے صدا، تجھ کو روتا ہی رہا، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین۔ بے سبب کھائے سکینہ نے تماچے اتنے، پھول سے ہو گئے رخسار بھی نیلے نیلے، تو نے اے شاہ خدا نو کے نیزے سے بھلا، تو نے اے شاہ خدا نو کے نیزے سے بھلا، یہ بھی دیکھا ہوگا، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین۔ في التفوف تسبى زينب للعين، في التفوف تسبى زينب للعين، وتنادي أين أنت يا معيني، وحسينا 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 وحسينا، في التفوف تسبى زينب للعين، وتنادي أين أنت يا معيني، وحسينا 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 everyone، وحسينا 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 وحسينا. When in Karbala the soldiers of Yazid shackled Zainab, when in Karbala the soldiers of Yazid shackled Zainab,
Choking back her tears, she cried out in pain, where are you, Hussein? Where are you, Hussein? Wa Habiba, wa Habiba, wa Habiba, wa Husaina, wa Husaina. في التفوف تسبى زينب للعين وتنادي أين أنت يا معيني وحسينا وحسينا وحسينا. But your body lay trampled and slain, lifeless on the sand. But your body lay trampled and slain, lifeless on the sand. And your holy head thrust atop a spear, severed by Shimmer's hand, severed by Shimmer's hand. وقتيلا 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 وحسينا وحسينا. في التفوف تسوى زينب للعين وتنادي أين أنت يا معيني وحسين وحسينا وحسينا. You gave everything in a strange land to bring back true Islam. You gave everything in a strange land to bring back true Islam. Your Quran in red, we who heed your call will never be misled, will never be misled. Wa ghariba, wa ghariba, wa ghariba, wa Husayna. في التفوف تسبى زينب للعين يا تنادي أين أنت يا معيني وحسينا 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 وحسينا. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام على سيدتنا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام على سيدنا الحسن بن علي الولي الزكي الناصح الأمين، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله وابن أمير المؤمنين وابن فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام على سيدنا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي الباقر وجعفر بن محمد الصادق وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم وعلي بن موسى الرضا ومحمد بن علي الجواد وعلي بن محمد الهادي والحسن بن علي العسكري. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا مظهر العدل والإيمان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أنصارك وأعوانك والمستشهدين في سبيل الله بين يديك. والسلام عليك وعلى آبائك الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Just as a reminder, brothers and sisters, again, tomorrow night the kitchen will be out of service, so we will not be serving dinner. But inshallah, next week we will continue to do so. So just please remember to make arrangements for dinner elsewhere. Thank you. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.